It's time for another pass at Creeper World 2. This is The Labyrinth by BDT. Destroy everything, basically. And there's a... The start of this is actually quite interesting, in my opinion. Because we've got all this decayable terrain. We want to get down to here, and the description for this, I don't think it's intended to be that hard. But it basically just says, a maze has many paths, but a labyrinth only has one. And this is an interesting level to me because the beginning of it, I think, is actually quite good. But it kind of gets half-baked later on, and we'll get into that in a bit. Alright, now this is coming up. And we're going to build a shield here. And want to open that up. And basically I'm just trying to create a scenario where I can handle this. The idea is once this pops, it'll press up here. The launcher will start to reduce this. The author of the level actually suggested to build a couple blasters earlier, but I found a launcher and a blaster in this sort of setup would work quite a bit better. There we go. And now we're damaging this, but we're surviving. Let's go ahead and knock that out. And I'm hoping the pressure's low enough there I can get away with this. Now notice by doing it this way, we'll be able to build some more around this here. Let's slide you down. By not taking out these two blocks. Let's get rid of you. Reactor up. Another one here. I don't want to build over here because I'm going to need to get in there. Another one here. Okay. Near as I can tell, this is pretty much the minimum force that you can use and still get your nullifier up. And you can see that we've got 2.5 energy. It is not enough. So we're going to be in deficit spending here. But we're just kind of stuck in that scenario. And it's eating through over here, eating through over here. And if we look around, we've got all kinds of fun things down here. We've got drones with payloads, drones without payloads. We've got all of these, etc. And this here is kind of interesting too, because the faster you get here, the more you get of those. But we'll get to that. Okay, let's click that on. Oh, build a little too much, so we'll just hold off a little. Alright, now I want to dig into here, and specifically up around this edge. I want to start about here with more reactors. I've got some extra energy, so I'll start throwing up another launcher. Let's get caught up here. Just in case, I'm going to throw a shield there. Then I'm going to chop this across. Oh, not you. And here as well, because I can use that shelf. It's not necessary, but I think it'll be helpful. I think, yeah, about there is where I'm going to want them. Let's get a couple more blasters over here ready to go. Got almost 5 energy, so that's all the weapons I'm really going to want to have. Those are getting in place. And I think I want to start this from the top. So I'm just going to try to get in there. There we go. And it's bursting forth anyway. Come on. Come on. Yeah, I'm going to need to move you. Oops, didn't work. So that was unfortunate. Unforced error there. This is now under control, though. Next, I'm going to deactivate you for the moment so I can get this nullifier up. Let's just gradually move along there. And we'll want to have another blaster here. Put this about here for now. There we go. Just in time as this starts pouring out. Ah, lost it again. So now I definitely want to get that launcher going. And then let's... Probably one of these at a time would be best. So I don't tank my energy situation too bad. And obviously this can be done better, but I like the idea of it where, you know, if you don't get this one nullified in time, where you have to deal with those in a row, the harder start over here. I think those are all well executed ideas. I'm going to throw up a beacon here. Let's move all of you in. Get our launchers in place. And now we're going to nullify this. Now we're very safe. Start adding on more reactors. I'm going to open that up. Oh, yeah. Let's open that so it can all come around. And now I want to start with some tech domes over here. Before we go in too far. I just want to start moving that up. Let's get another blaster. Because now these drones are going to come and say hello. Okay. So that's my usual 10 that I typically build, getting up to 50 cost. And, you know, I think we have enough of everything for now. I want to start moving in. So let's get down here. At this point, probably just throwing reactors in any other empty spaces. Okay. Let's get down here. We want to add beacons on our way down. I think I'm actually going to go with beacon range first. This is a long journey downwards. Yeah. Alright. I don't want to move too far at a time because of the drones. Don't see him coming. Keep moving. Should be able to get there in time. Meanwhile, down here, So we've lost one set of those already. Okay. Now that they're gone, we're going to put up another beacon. And I think probably at this point, good idea to start micro-rifting. We don't want to outpace our ammunition at this stage. There we go. Slide down here. Now, this to me is a little bit confusing because the background changes, but it's only background. This is actually not anything that you have to worry about. It just, to me, that's kind of distracting. It makes you think that there's something else going on there, but there really isn't. Okay. Move down more. And we'll beacon here. Start getting our weapons upgraded. Fire rate. Range will be next. And this is eating towards there. Will we get there before that? Probably not. We will see. Wouldn't hurt, I don't think, to begin throwing up some more weapons. And now we have some resistance to deal with. Let's throw up another blaster also. And this is not so much because we need them, of course, just because we're preparing for later, essentially. Slide around that corner. Move you in here. You can come along. Two of you join the party. Grab a couple more. And I think we're starting to get away from our micro rift again, so throw another one there. Let's get over there and be guarding it as we beacon up to go to the next level. How are we doing down here? Yep, looks like that's going to get away from us. Not exactly what I wanted there. Let's slide down. And we'll need one more beacon. Range, move speed, should both really help here. Okay, so if I put one, well, not yet, but I think a beacon here, yeah, that reaches all the way bottom, gives us some more extension. I want to get ahead on the beacons. It's going to hurt for a minute, but I think we'll be fine. Yep, now we are down into this. And we did, in fact, lose those. You can see they gathered up some and then exploded. That's going to be the end of that whole scenario, though, I do believe. Oh. Lost? Yeah, we're losing some of these. I thought we'd be able to clear that out a little bit more effectively than that, so I sort of jumped the gun a bit on that, it would appear. from there, ought to be able to nullify everything. Probably a good time to just be gradually building a couple reactors at once. Scaling up. Okay, more than that perhaps. Let's throw those down. And barge our way in. Now these, as useful as they are, I don't think the conversion bombs are even necessary. I definitely don't want to use them right away. Okay, you come over here. And let's see, I'm going to want 2 more blasters. Let's grab these capsules. And then I just want to plow my way through here. This isn't coming down unless I go up in there. And I actually don't want to do that. I want to push all the way left. So let's go... I'd really like to be over more. Let's get in here. For now, let's just get you out of the way. I'm going to throw up a beacon about there. And let's barge through here and clear this out. There's not that much. I should be able to push forward pretty aggressively. We're going to boost fire rate again. Then we'll throw a beacon about there. I also think I'm going to want another micro rift somewhere in this vicinity. Onwards. Now look at the emitter strength. 100 every 0.5 seconds. That's the same strength as the first one was. Some of them have been 100k every one. But one of the things here that kind of is half-baked, in my opinion, is that they don't improve at all. The amount of creeper doesn't really scale up as you go. And, you know, you started out with all of the schematics available. So by now, you have plenty of firepower. I could build more. So I think if the creepers scaled up, that would be probably an improvement here for this kind of linear type of level. Now let's get, yeah. I want to get over here so that we can be really hitting our launchers deep in there. And then I'm going to want to just eliminate all of this. Let's jump up there. Nullify. And get in position for the next room. Again, the depth about 1 million per square here to start. And as soon as we can get over here, I want to start excavating all of this. Let's pop in here. Press especially our launchers closer. Get that range. So that even when I'm not moving forward perhaps quite as efficiently as we might like, we're still doing some damage. Oh yeah, we should definitely be nullifying now, shouldn't we? Forward, everyone. There we go. Let's chop into here. This appears to just be a block of digging, but if you look at them a little bit more closely, some of them have infused creeper and some of them don't. So that's a bit of a trap, but it's a very mild one compared to a lot of other levels we've seen. I'm not particularly concerned about it. I am going to build one more launcher, a couple more blasters, just to help deal with that when the time comes. Let's chop. Nope, not that one. Not that one either. I want to get rid of this before I do any of that. And we're having supply issues due to the... You know what? First of all, let's do some packet speed. I want to do some energy storage. And then I also think I want another... Just because of how fast we're going through them, I'm going to throw another micro rift down here. It can't hurt. So I want to put 2 blasters and a launcher up in there, just to deal with all of that. There we go. It's starting to splurt forth. And now we're just going to move on. By the way, the best time for this map is between 22 and 23 minutes. Average is a little over an hour. And I'm thinking that we're probably going to end up around the hour category. We'll see how long it takes. Nope, I don't want all of you. Okay, now nullify. Knock out those 2. And I want to gradually get in place here for the next section. Yep. Didn't quite get over there in time, and oh boy, it's probably going to cost me. Yep. Gonna lose some blasters here now. And now we're pushing it back. So a very temporary annoyance with that. Let's get in here. Create a nice solid row along the bottom. Claim all of these. And we can't get both of them at once. So, 2 of those there. Let's beacon up about here. Bring a couple more launchers over. There we go. And I think maybe a beacon here. Yeah, that's a solid thought. Max out fire rate. Micro rift. Maybe about there. We should be able to defend that position. And let's start hauling ourselves forward. Clear out the riffraff reasonably quickly so we can get by this. Move into the next section. Let's haul the view over. So we have clearance all the way up there, which is nice. And we'll want to open that. Okay. So let's start getting up in the alley. And let's see, let's put one of you here. I'm going to want some launchers. Not a lot of them, but some of them in with everything else during this next section. So I'm trying to sort of balance it out a little bit. Over here, all of you come along. Probably a good place to throw in a micro about there. And let's drag all of you forward. So the narrow hallways here are obviously, and we've got to wait for our micro rift because we're having energy problems, but obviously a thing that's been done. But it is an interesting, because it does limit how many weapons you can. I actually lost one of my blasters. It does limit how many weapons you can have bring to bear on the enemy at the same time, which can be a useful gameplay idea. There we are. We're in position. And once we're clear there, we'll open this, which will release this horde of drones. I'm going to want to be prepared for that. And I don't think we're going anywhere anytime soon. We're just going to chop away at this. Let's boost our range. We'll get move speed next. Move our weapons forward. But we need it. We still have some more here. This is one of those you just gotta thin out the pack. You can see there's quite a bit left there, but we are catching up to it. Still 100k every half a second. Same, same, and same. So the weaving hallways with the drones obviously is an obstacle requiring you to be quite cautious and careful. We are thinning it out part way. So as soon as this one goes by... Okay. So now... I'm going to have to be a little bit careful with this, but I want to move in. Clear out the riffraff there. Then continue forward. More micro rifting will be necessary soon, I believe. Let's go another section. And then you can pop up there. And this is one of those areas where that firing rate is absolutely vital. Oh yeah, and yep, I didn't even think about what was going on there. Fortunately, I have extra launchers at the ready. So you can move here. Keep the procession going along. Right now our launchers are annihilating the creeper well ahead of us. Okay, I'm going to hold there for now. Get this next drone. That'll be a good time to move all of you up. And that was already too far. I'm going to retreat you. I'm going to rift here again. And then as soon as this one goes by... Yeah. We're ready for it. We lost it anyway. So maybe there's just a certain amount of blaster attrition that's just going to happen in here. Let's just throw up a few more. Could build more reactors, obviously. I'm going to do that as well, but I'm going to throw this here. Just going to take a minute. Kind of spam a little bit here. There we go. And then I think gradually teching up should take care of any additional we might need. Okay. Onward. I'm gonna hold. And we're doing more than hold, actually. You are not going that way just yet. Yep, that's why. Nope. Alright, I don't know if we can get it before the next drone comes out, but we'll give it a shot. If it does knock this out, we should have plenty here to blow it up. We're good. Okay, so now I'm going to want to throw you up there and then just really pack the rest of this. So I think that's the only way I'm going to be able to get a nullifier down here. There we go. That's probably a reasonable spot for you. And onward we go. A little over. Whoa, we lost it? Why did we lose it? I mean, I've got... Yeah, it keeps getting blown up, so what can I... Okay. You're going to deactivate for a moment. I think I maybe just need to stagger those better, because my range is... Alright, now you're really starting to irritate me. Can I put it one further back? I can. Okay. I didn't think I would be able to get the nullifier around the corner there. That's my plan then. Very good. Alright, let's get more launchers in position. Now here's the thing. Why do you put Tech Knights at this point in the level? Because by the time you get here, maybe if you were speedrunning it, but I'm not sure it would even be a thing even then. We're getting hammered here, so I probably didn't leave myself enough space. But the whole, like, it seems to me if you're going to provide the player with Tech Knights, you do it before this point. Anyway, we're going to build some more launchers and some more blasters since we kind of didn't do that very well. I'm just leave myself some more space then for the creeper to expand from here on out. Would have been a wiser move. Go and snag these. And we should be ready to start advancing up into here. Just checking these. Same amount. Same amount we've been dealing with. Okay. I think we want another micro rift. Let's see, about there perhaps? And let's blast her up a little more. And in we go. So again, the depth staying at about 1 million. because I don't think it can get any higher than that with the way that the rooms are set. This is a little bit dangerous, but once we get everybody in place, we clear it out. Nullify. Let's see. Okay, to reach the back of that room, you've got to be all the way up against this wall. That should be about right. More as we head in. I think we're approaching the point where I actually want to use these. Although I don't know how much use they're going to be, but I want to use them in this tunnel. We are going to have a bit of a beacon blackout here, so let's get rid of that in advance. And a whole bunch of Teknites I'm not using, so... yeah. Of course, I have ore now as well, which... I don't think I want to use it yet, but it would not hurt to start throwing some makers together. Let's just see how many makers it takes to hold all of that. I'll clear this out, and these are same strength. Let's get you down here. And you probably as good as anything. Okay. So let's charge you up at max. Let's just see how much that is compared to what we have. I'm thinking I probably want to use that when I enter this whole realm of madness. Okay, and then when this opens... just put one there, and one about there if it can get there. We're going to be thinning this out, so it may not be of a great deal of use, but there we go. And I'm basically using these just to use them. Yeah, and the other two are now no longer going to do me much good. So you are at... oh, yeah. There was not even enough there to fill one maker. Okay. Let's get... now, there's no drones over here. So... this is also not nearly as wavy as the other one. Not as much room to get weapons in. So I think I just want the occasional launcher. And we're definitely in need of... I'm overdue on micro rifting. Let's throw one up there. Charge! And of course, the more difficult part about this one is there is 2 emitters at the other end. But that doesn't seem to be causing us too much trouble. That's where I want it, to get them both. Let's see what we do now with another blaster in place. It appears that that's going to be good enough to get the job done. I'm going to throw these over here temporarily and release what they have to give us. Now, this is a part that I'm going to take just a little more time on. Now notice up here, these emitters are much stronger. And the overall strength of the creeper here is several times what we've been seeing. So all of you, burst everything you have and then just get out. I said get out. Okay, I want to put you both up here by the entrance. And just as a backup, in case this really goes bad, let's have another raft of blasters there. I don't think we need them, but I'd rather have them and not need them, as the saying goes, than not have them and need them. I don't think we're anywhere where I want to build another beacon yet. Okay, let's see how this goes. Now once this is open, I want to push these up in here. They're going to detonate fairly quickly, because they're going to run into blasters. Or run into drones. There we go. Then you come up as well. At least now they're running into AC. And now it's just a question of, can we kill them fast enough with their payload? Drone spam! We've now run out of creeper, or anti-creeper. But we've also run out of most of the drones. They're still coming. But we're doing okay here. Alright, let's slide you over here. And you over here, and then get a couple more launchers up in this area. There we go. You slide here, another launcher. And I don't know if we're going to be able to get the pressure off of it. Maybe we are. Okay, so now we're just fighting uphill. And we're looking at about... yeah, density's up close to 10 million there at the top yet. We still have a lot of work to do. Okay, we're going to beacon up here. Here? That should work. Now we're going to start getting more in here. Let's really throw our weight around. And the staccato firing growing stronger. Alright. Now we just push up, I think. And yeah, let's micro again. Not shield, micro. So there's quite the battle in here. And we're still at about 10 million. Gravity simply does not want to give up. I think I'm going to try to distribute my firepower a little more evenly now. Mix of launchers and blasters. It almost looks like it's raining in reverse with these ammo packets, which is kind of amusing. And okay, I'm going to build a couple more launchers. I think 3 more is what I want. Ah, we're running low on energy. Well, we know what to do with that. We haven't needed any more for quite a while, but... okay, maybe that was a little bit of overkill. That ought to be enough. Okay, so now we have 4 rows. I'll just leave the other blasters behind, but 4 rows that we can just leap straight forward. We're going to have 2 launchers, 2 blasters in each row. And that should serve us well. With the exception of when we have to go around the micro rifts. Nearing the top. We will need another beacon up here eventually. So I will say, you know, even though it doesn't scale up gradually prior to this, this is a reasonably interesting... I mean, I wish it was the final room of the map, but... you see, we're stacked deep here, and we're still having trouble making much advance. I mean, there's enough creeper in here to make this an interesting type of final room, scaling up the challenge. Just that it didn't really scale up that much, particularly in the creeper level, didn't scale up at all through the middle of the map. But this here is a different story. And, you know, we're now really having to weed out the density. And there's higher density down here, but the density at the top is going down now, only a couple million. And now it fades enough that we can push on. I mean, this is in the neighborhood of what a good finale, in my opinion, looks like on this kind of map. Once we get this cleared over here, I think I want another beacon. I don't want to get any closer without building one. We are down to under 2 million. And we're getting a lot of firing down here, which doesn't help us immediately, but it will in the long term. Because there'll be less of it to leak up this way, less pressure. So we're just kind of waiting. I'll go ahead and let you move up. We're not getting much here. But all this down here, now down under 5 million. So it's about half the strength that it was, even in the deepest parts. And of course, after this, we've got to come into this, which there isn't much there, actually. And then all of this in here, which we'll get to. Clear it out. They can't quite hit all the way down here, so this is still significant, but down to 2.5. Whoa! Why are we getting more pressure down here now? Yeah, we're losing things. Okay. Retreat. I think. Yeah, I'm going to retreat. And this is surprising. Under 4 million there. Under 1 million here. Okay. I think basically what happened is that they were so focused on firing down here that the stuff straight from the emitters was pushing down towards us. At any rate, we want to get up here and start getting rid of some things now. Okay. Yeah, let's not be too greedy. Well, we have to be greedier than that because we've got to actually protect it. That's probably good. Definitely want to keep moving up, though. One super emitter down. There we go. Only one gateway left. Slide our way around here. You're down. Now this is all just gonna melt. Approaching the 1 hour mark, also approaching the end of this frivolity. And the worst of it down here is at about 3 million. That's not low enough that I just want to ignore it. But it is low enough that we should not have any serious problems. Let's go ahead and micro rift again around here. And whoops. Move forward. Let's try to keep some vague sense of spacing here. Almost 30 energy is proving to be plenty. Let's see, let's just sort of slide down like this. I think we can actually manage this type of group move with where we're at. Get the launchers down further. See where those are going. Yeah, they're not quite getting all the way down yet. Let's go down there. Almost. There we go. Okay, we want to get into here, and then when we can, get into here. We have no need of further beaconing, but the additional micro rifts on occasion probably going to be useful. Now let's take a look through here, because 10,000 creeper. And this, no, this is the final room. This is totally pointless to have 10,000 creeper at this point. The ones we had earlier in here were the 300 to 500k range. So they were much stronger partway through the level. And if they were just randomly 10,000 along with some bigger ones, okay, fine. But, you know, they should definitely, if they're trying to scale it up after that past room, we should be looking at creeper in the millions at a minimum. So perhaps tens of millions. We've seen that done before, so that's just a little bit crazy. And these, again, these are back down. These are much weaker than those emitters were over here. So none of that makes sense to me. What we're going to do is just spam all of this. Because since we've got to get all the creeper, that means we've got to get all of these squares eventually. And this is just, it's a tedious thing. Like, it doesn't, I'm not trying to be too critical of the level, but to me, at this stage, after you've done the, you know, the loop or the arch or whatever you want to call that room we just did, it's sort of very anticlimactic, I would say. Okay, so let's get you over here. And then, in order to protect this, I just want to put more of you in here. The idea is that that'll provide enough firepower to keep all of this away, and then we can just nullify. I'm going to micro rift again now there. And bring you in. And once that rifts up, I think we definitely want to move in here. as we have continued explosions all over the room. Do one there, one there. Oh. And upwards, upwards, always upwards. You should be protected by now. I think you're good as well. Let's just randomly improve packet speed, which probably is not going to finish it as fast as it took me to click on the packet speed button, but whatever. The labyrinth is clear. So I hope that was somewhat enjoyable. I think it's interesting to do some of these levels every once in a while that aren't just, classics. It's not a bad level by any stretch. I would call it an average or slightly above average quality in terms of the design. But, some of the stuff is very good. Like the beginning, I like the arch room, which is what I'm going to call it, the, one that was close to the end with the more powerful emitters and all the drones. Some of the other ones were just, that back and forth one you'd all the way around down the right side of the map near the beginning and the anticlimactic ending. Some of them were just not as brilliant. So, anyway, we'll be back to Creeper World 3 next time. Not sure what type of map I'll be heading into there. Till we get to that, thanks for watching.